Good morning, everybody. This is Michael Buckhouse, and this is Mornings with Mike. Season 12. That's 2 for you non-Americans or something to that effect. But, you guys, we have just witnessed the coldest temperatures ever in America. In Chicago, wind chill got to like negative 55, negative 60. Here in Kansas City, where I'm at currently, it got down to negative 20. Back at home in Indiana, it got the temperature outside was negative 2 for 3 or 4 hours. My pipes in my house froze. We had to get those on. Long story short, let your water drip a tad bit, but that polar vortex was the real deal, guys. Yes, all those Canadians up there. My boss is Canadian. He's like, you guys are nothing but pussies, yada yada yada. Dude, it was cold. It was freezing outside. It was so cold that like you could throw the water up. You guys seen it? You throw hot water in the air and it evaporates before it hits the ground because it's so cold. That's how cold it was. It was so cold that you could pee and the piss stream was freezing to your ball sack. That's how cold it was. With that being said, I was on the interwebs, guys, scrolling through my Facebook feed, scrolling through Instagram, Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, follow me on the Twitter machine at mbuck41. I'm not as active on there all the time, but when I do, it's good times. So join us on that. But as I was saying, I was scrolling through the interwebs here, and I ran past this story. Woman at local bar while 2 kids sit out in the car. I was like, okay, you got me. You guys got me hooked. Because, first of all, this is fucked up. A woman goes to a bar with her kids in the car. But that's besides the point. The point of the matter is these kids are 4 and 2 years old. They were sitting out in the car for 4+ hours in this negative 50 windshield last night. Or two nights ago, whatever it was. Whatever day it got stupid cold here. Those kids were out in the car for 4 hours in this negative windshield while their mom is inside getting lit. Getting her groove on. Sipping on some pina coladas or whatever she was sipping on. Nonetheless, this woman needs to be hung by her genitals. They need to turn her ovaries inside out and hang her and punch her in the tits. Like, what is wrong with this woman? Like, you have a 4 and a 2-year-old kid in the car in this cold. Well, luckily the car was started and they had the heat happening, right? But the windows weren't cracked, so that carbon dioxide was getting real in there. Like, what is in people's heads that do this? That they cannot... Well, they have to go to the bar with their kids in the car. They can't find a babysitter. They can't skip one night out at the bar. Like, come on. Like, at what point does your parenting skills start to kick in? Like, maybe this isn't a very good idea. I mean, I guess in a roundabout way, I could see maybe a young mom, 20, 21, 22-year-old mom that just had a baby, but that's still effed up if you leave a six month or a year-old baby in the car while you go out and party. The only reason why I'm saying that I can see that is because they aren't mature enough to, or their instincts haven't taken into effect yet. You know what I'm saying? But this woman, she is 28 years old, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So she has been a parent for 4+ years, 2+ years with 2 kids, and she's old enough to know better. You are old enough to know better to stick a fucking 4-year-old and 2-year-old in a car anywhere you go. I don't care if it's the bar. I don't care if it's Hobby Lobby. I don't care if it's Walmart. You don't leave fucking kids in the car. Especially when it's fucking negative 50 degrees outside windshield. I think the air temperature got down to like negative 20, but nonetheless, it's freaking cold. You don't do that when it's 55 and sunny out like outside. If this were not a woman, if this were a guy, this would be all over media. Mainstream media, this would be blowing up everywhere. Man leaves kids in cars to go drink at a bar. This guy would be ridiculed up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what happened to this woman? Read this article in the Kansas City Star. This woman wasn't even arrested. Wasn't even arrested. People saw these kids in the car at the bar and they didn't say anything. The only reason why we know about this, is because a cop drove by the bar, saw a car running and was concerned. Went and checked on the car. There was 2 kids in there. Went inside the bar, asked who car this was. A drunk woman come out and said, "Oh, it is my car." That cop then let that woman drive home, drunk, with 2 kids in the car. Later, a news station, I assume it was the Kansas City Star, I'm not sure who it was, I'm just assuming here, got news of this report, it came over the police scanner or something, and they went and questioned the bar owner and said, "Oh yeah, she was here for 4 hours." Nothing's going to be done to this woman, guys. She let 2 kids sit in the car while she drank at a bar for 4 hours in negative 50-degree windshield. Nothing's going to happen. This is what's wrong with society, guys. If it were a guy, he would be in jail instantly. Never see those kids again, ever. Be paying fines at the wazoo. His child support's going to increase. This guy's life would be over. I hate to say this, if this was a black girl, the same thing would have happened. She would be ridiculed. "Oh, she's the worst parent ever, rah, 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 rah." You know, I don't think a black woman would do this. She would find a babysitter. A black man, same thing happened for him. He would be ridiculed up and down, never see his kids again. Child support raised. But since she was a wealthy white woman in the nice part of town, Lee Summit, beautiful city, by the way, very, very rich city, but very, very beautiful. Nothing's going to happen to her. Think about that. Think about that while you look in your back seat and you see your beautiful kids. Could you leave that kid in the car for 4 hours as you go drink? Think about it.